Hi, thank you for joining me. I'm BJ Winslow, president of Dapper Cadaver. Today I'm going to be demonstrating our autopsy body. Now, this is a foam rubber autopsy body, so we're not going to be covering things like ligations, incisions, tissue sampling, or autopsy tools. What we are going to be showing you is how to open the autopsy body, how to remove our organs, how to put them back in, storage, and cleaning. In a real autopsy, pathologists make a Y incision and remove the front of the rib cage. For stability and reusability reasons, we make an H-shaped incision and the rib cage stays affixed to the body. Here is how to open our autopsy mannequin. To hold it open, I'm going to be using these, which are simply 12-inch long lengths of PVC. You can also use real retractors. You use those to prop the flaps of the autopsy body open. As the ribcage stays in place, the order for organ removal will vary from an actual autopsy. However, you can still demonstrate the process of removing each organ, measuring it, weighing it, and either taking tissue samples or preserving it in formalin as appropriate. An autopsy body comes with a standard set of polyfoam rubber organs. We also offer organs that are polyfoam but weighted to actual weights, and silicone organs which are very close in both feel and weight to the real organs. First, we have the intestines. Now, the intestines that come in the body are flat-backed and already folded into the shape that you would find them in the body. If you want to demonstrate what an unfolded intestine looks like, every autopsy body comes with a length of rope intestines. This is about 9 feet long. It's got large intestines, small intestines, it's flexible, but it can't fold up and fit into the body. Next are the kidneys. The stomach. The liver. And then the lungs and the heart are nestled underneath the rib cage and will be removed basically together. There's one lung, the second lung, and the heart. Once you're done with the organs outside of the body, it's time to put them back in. The order with which to do this in is to start with the lungs and the heart, and you're going to nestle the heart inside of your lung pair. Then the lungs are going to go inside of the body and into the rib cage. You want them towards the lower end of the rib cage because the liver is going to tuck right in underneath them. Under the liver goes the stomach, and the kidneys go to either side of the stomach. Last piece to go in is the folded intestines. Push those in so that they hold the stomach in place. Now we can close it up. The rope intestines do not go inside of the body. Another option that we offer are autopsy bodies with removable skull caps and brains. It comes just like this with the calvarium already cut. Simply pop off the top of the head and remove the brain. As you can see, we've got a very realistic life-size brain. There's internal anatomy in the skull. There's also a series of holes in the skull and a series of pegs on the skull cap. So, to put it back together, simply put your brain back in, line up the pegs with the holes, and snap it on. Now, sometimes you want to do different kinds of wounds or trauma, do different kinds of cause of death or other scenario-specific things. Anytime you're using stage blood, you do run the risk of staining the body. Every stage blood contains some kind of red dye. Some are easier to clean than others. We do offer custom-built dummies that have different kinds of trauma on them. We also have a wide array of options on both our regular dummies and our autopsy dummies that show different kinds of wounding, causes of death. If you want something that you can modify your body for different scenarios, what I recommend is a strap-on wound kit. This is something that we offer. It's got a wide array of wounds such as lacerations, blisters, abrasions, gunshots, which I'm going to be demonstrating right here. So here's one of our strap-on wounds. It's got an entry wound and an exit wound. So it goes on just right like this. Take the strap, pull it around. The other end has Velcro on it. Pull that tight. Cover up your edges if you want. And you can position it by sliding it back and forth on the limb. So you got an entry, you got an exit, you got a through and through on that guy's thigh. Another wound that I brought to demonstrate is a compound fracture. That's a broken bone that's coming out through the skin. I'll put that on his arm. Great, there you go. Now he's got a compound fracture. Now, for storing the bodies, what I recommend is a body bag. They're the right size, they're the right shape. They got handles for easy carrying. They got a zipper on them for getting them in and out. They'll keep it clean, and they'll help prevent it from getting scraped or damaged. Now these are urethane bodies, so they're going to be very resistant to heat and cold, which is great. They're not damaged by sunlight like some rubbers are, but like anything, they can get, they can get dusty, they can get scratched. If you want to clean it up, what I gotta say is don't use anything with a solvent in it. No alcohol, no acetone, no paint thinner. Just a soft rag with some water should do the trick most of the time. If you need to go stronger than that, a little bit of diluted dish soap like Dawn, something like that. That should clean it up without damaging the paint. All right, that covers everything I wanted to talk about with our autopsy body mannequin. I've been BJ Winslow. This is Dapper Cadaver. Thanks for joining me.